How's it going, leaders? Hope you're doing well. I have not heard or gotten to talk to you in a while because we have hit or missed on meetings, and I've gotten to meet with some of you during some assessments. But I just want you to know that I still think of you all the time. I pray for you all the time. If there's anything going on that I can help you with, please let me know. But I want to thank you again for the service to our students, your faithfulness to it. It's not a small thing. There's a lot at stake. Some of the things that we've talked about. The greatest statistic that we have that shows students that graduate out of high school and remain involved in their church is directly linked to an adult relationship that they have. A relationship that they have when they're in student ministry. So students that are either involved in our church right now or the ones that are still involved in other churches that have come out of our ministry, it happens, believe it or not, largely because of your influence and the influence of their parents as well. So I want you to think about that, and I want to thank you. I'm reading a book right now called Designed to Lead, and there were three things that I took away from this chapter that I read that I want to share with you. And number one is leaders are called to reflect God's glory. I think that you guys do it well. God is not so much concerned as how you influence with the way that you are growing in Him. So I want to encourage you, the way that you grow in God's glory is by spending those private moments with Him. And so I want you to do that. I hope it's not just the only time that you get together with the Lord is when you're trying to study or cram on a Sunday morning for a lesson that you're about to regurgitate that you honestly know nothing about. I hope that it's daily for you and that you're growing in the Lord daily to reflect His glory daily. The second thing is leaders are called to replicate. The Great Commission is exactly what it is. It's a commission to make disciples. You are to replicate yourself. You are to replicate what God has done in your life and what He is teaching you. You're to teach other people. What I love to do is equip you so that you can equip other students. Sometimes I'm better at that than other times. But man, you guys do a great job. I see the relationships that you are building, but do not neglect that this summer. There's a lot of disconnect that happens in the summertime, and it seems like in the fall that seems to rise when students start to go back to school. But man, pursue good relationships with those students. And then finally, number three, leaders are called to cultivate. And this is where it really happens in connection groups and when the relationships that you build with those students, you're cultivating a great environment for students to become leaders. Even in middle school, like think about everything that you say to them. Think about the way that you react to students and some of the things that they say. Think about the time that you invest in a lesson that you're getting ready to prepare or questions that you're getting ready to just simply ask students. Think about those things and how you're cultivating them. You're honestly churning up what it means for them to be a better follower of Christ. So I've just been thinking about that as I'm reading, even for my own self, for you as leaders. I don't want you to miss out on those things. I think it is so important. I think it's so important. But I love you guys. Stay faithful to the course, to the task. It is so good to be able to lead these students. Sometimes it's very difficult. Sometimes you don't see fruit. Sometimes the fruit comes later. We're right in the middle of that, I feel personally, in a lot of our students. But what makes my influence greater is when you step forward and you say, I'm going to continue to serve. So continue to do that. Pray for our students, the ones that are in your groups. Reach out to them. Let them know you love them. And then go after new students. Let's be a part of this Great Commission as we lead these students. I love you guys. Praying for you guys. Have a great rest of the week.